All right, what's going on? Here is the WNBA. So Connecticut Sun versus Washington Mystics. And I'm gonna break down uh, lyrics and then also basically what happened to me today. So here's my worldwide choppers remix. So it starts off today. Today a serial killer showed up to the beach. Eventually, with no pencil and a teeth. So it's like I was walking to the beach today, and there was nothing to see, because moonlight is not sunlight. It's just pitch black. So I changed my mind. I don't want to go to the beach. There's nothing to see. You physically cannot see anything. Then I stopped myself in my tracks. And then on my way back, I saw three girls, one that could pull off a pink tank top, and then a boy for security. So then I said, eventually, no pencil in the teeth. Is to say, when do people visit crime scenes? When do young teenagers visit crime scenes? Young teenagers will be forced to visit crime scenes when they have already tried sneaking in candy. Is the joke. There's a movie theater in your small town of Leslieville. Right beside it is Dollarama. You know, he said you just grab candy. No outside food and drinks, okay? And then you're trying to sneak it in. You have it in your jacket. And they say, hey, I just caught you trying to sneak in candy into a movie theater. Because candy is too expensive at the movie theater. But then no pencil and a teeth. They already tried it. So then what else do you do after you're in a small town and you already tried sneaking candy into a movie theater? It's like, I live in Leslieville, so the movie theater, there's a McDonald's nearby. I walk to McDonald's for 30 minutes, and then from the McDonald's to the movie theater is another 30 minutes. There's nothing to do in my small town, so when there was nothing to see at the beach, physically cannot see anything in the dark, I saw teenagers walking to the beach. So I said, today a serial killer showed up to the beach. There was a serial killer there. No one would be at the beach when there's nothing to see. So I tried that with a beat. When things like this happen, a small town is shaken to its core. So a McDonald's coffee is meant to keep you awake when there are serial killers being locked up. So the movie theaters is calling for me in forms of McDonald's beef. The coffee is made for moviegoers. 60 to 4. What culturally significant to am I if I'm a moviegoer? To Pablo Picasso. So here I'm writing a message in forms of a question to Pablo Picasso. I recently only watched 4 movies. Someone else has watched 60 movies. So, for example, I took pride and self-esteem in having watched the latest movies. Jurassic Park, Superman, Freaky Friday, Fantastic Four, Dave Franco. So I was like, this is really important. But then somebody who has already done that, a moviegoer, a fat person, has watched 90 movies, and so they are more culturally significant. So what is 60 to 4 to a moviegoer? What am I if I'm culturally significant to Pablo Picasso? So I'm writing a letter to Pablo Picasso. Am I culturally significant if I only watch 44 movies and someone watched 60? So 60 to 4, what culturally significantly am I to Pablo Picasso? And so I basically bring this image attention to your mind. The album, The Life of Pablo by Kanye West. Someone asked, I believe it's Charlamagne, Kanye, The Life of Pablo. Finish your sentence. The Life of Pablo Escobar, the gangster? Because in your song you have no more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA. No more parties in LA. But then, is it about Pablo Picasso, the artist that drew a painting? Because you have like ultralight beam. Da, da, da. So it's important to know there are two Pablos. Pablo Escobar, the world-renowned narcos, the Mexican that ran New York. He was in the soup kitchen, handed out soup. And then there is Pablo Picasso. So it's also funny because it goes back to the joke. So what are you gonna do now, bro? Now that you know Spike Lee is New York's #1 fan. If you know Spike Lee Stanley is New York's #1 fan, what are you gonna do now? It could have messed you up, and in the same way that you think Pablo Picasso and Pablo Escobar is just one person. So then, now that we separated, right? So now we're in separate individuals. So the Life of Pablo by Kanye West. Is it about Pablo Escobar, the gangster? Because you make rap music for gangsters. Or is it Pablo Picasso, the artist, because you are an artist, Kanye West? Kanye West then says, well, there is only one universal timeline. And then Charlemagne is ignorant. So like, what does that mean? And Kanye West is smarter. Kanye West is kind of like a white person almost. Kanye West says, well then, if there's only one universal timeline, then add LeBron James. Okay, so now we have Pablo Escobar, the criminal from Narcos, the Mexican, that ran New York. LeBron James from St. Vincent St. Mary. And then we have Pablo Picasso, the artist that drew CryptoPunks or something. Like, yeah. So then where does this timeline lead to? So then eventually you would just say Pablo Escobar, the gangster, would probably eventually leave a life of true art form. You could say LeBron James is more likely an artist. You know, the way LeBron dresses and the way she's putting an end to her career. It's probably like Pablo Picasso. And then Pablo Picasso is an artist, and then Pablo Picasso is just Pablo Picasso. So in my Worldwide Choppers remix, I wanted to just paint out this image. The life of Pablo Picasso. The life of Pablo Picasso. So, and then, so as my rap continues, it goes, but anyway, I'm out of control. A movie theater shooter killer made the way to the beach. So it's like, when you're watching a movie and you're worried about copycat killers. You're worried about that person that let loose at the Gotham. They watch Batman, it's like, I'm the villain in Gotham. And they just shot people at the movie theater. Then it's like that type of worry that people have. You never want copycat killers that go out and do the same thing. So it's like a movie theater shooter killer made their way to the beach. Should have seen the shock. Someone who is insistently wanting to go to the beach, when you tell them there's nothing to see at the beach, and they say, and then you just allow it. You just allow it. No, there really is. There is something to go to the beach. You're always holding me back, Sandro Bay. Okay, fine. And then you just allow the shock on their face. It's like that doomer meme. Look, you can't physically see anything. So it's like, should have seen the shock. So, but anyway, I'm out of control. A movie theater shooter killer made their way to the beach. You should have seen the shock. Clock on the borderline, Pablo Picasso. So it's like the faces that you draw if you are learning abstract art. I saw a person that drew abstract art, like a tiki, in forms of abstract Pablo Picasso art. So it looked like a clock. It's a clock on the borderline, Pablo Picasso. So I walked by and I said, that's not bad at all. Borderline being sued by Pablo Picasso. It's like, what's a good YouTube channel name? Mr. Beast 2. So today a serial killer showed up to Woodbine Beach because there is nothing to see at the beach. So I went to the beach. There's nothing to see at the beach. I'm now leaving. 3 Caucasian people start walking. If they were held hostage, oh no, I realized the police aren't blaring their sirens because I would quickly grab someone hostage. But I know it's the police cars. I'll just grab someone who just made their way here because they are a pencil in a teeth. Grabs a girl. Why wouldn't someone hold a little girl hostage? Because then she just duck under. It's impossible. It's like they say, someone who killed is more likely to kill again. So like, this person, a serial killer, has killed someone and then has killed someone again. Eventually they believe they are just. So a serial killer today made their way to a beach. Because they don't experience that much guilt and shame. I want to go to this restaurant to avoid guilt and shame. But actually no. I must be right. I am so powerful. I've evaded the law. I've created mass murder. And then this person killed 13 people. So then they think they are just, so a serial killer finds their way to a beach. I must be on some crazy high level. This person doesn't go to a restaurant, goes to the beach instead, because they believe they are just. So I say you're smart. Bloody murder inside of my sock. The heater could have gone so easily in the winter. So I say, so as I'm walking back, I am walking by a beach house. A house by the beach. You're smart. You're an idiot. You're a moron. So you're smart. The heater could have gone in the winter. It's to say you're smart to own a beach house because you have kept your gun in case people broke into your house with lots of knives. One video that really impacted me. Some guy in Canada kept a rifle in his house because he has a wife and children in Brampton. A group of hoodlums kicked his house down with swords. It's like, okay, perfect. Rob his house. This guy's like, perfect. Takes out his rifle in Canada. Just shoots them all down. So then I look at a house by the beach. The serial killer is on Woodbine Beach. I say, you're smart. Because the heater could have gone in the winter. When they banned guns in Canada, you decide to keep your gun in your beach house. Because you're smart. You're loyal. You are doing self-defense. Someone broke his house. It's like never do a ghost prank on someone. And so then I say, you smart. And I say, you're an idiot. Someone at home with their lights off in a condo apartment. You decide to stay home all day and turn off all your lights. You're smart. It would have been better to turn on all your lights to say you have a rifle. And then I say, you're a moron. A person that has a condo beach apartment. Because, as we all know, it was caught on a surveillance camera. Because the Department of Justice could have had something else in mind. It refers to the FBI raiding an ex-FBI agent. So an FBI agent had a cold case he was supposed to work on. Mishandles the cold case. Come to find out, there's no such thing as cold cases. People reopen it. And they're like, what the heck? This person, we could have easily tracked this person. So they find the ex-FBI agent. It's to say, like, the police are surrounding the beach. How can a serial killer, the meme of that person's serial killer. That person could have avoided the police, ran behind someone, putting in their key to a condo apartment with 2 to 3 layers of security. Opening the door. What the heck? Someone's chasing me. Tap. Dude. This guy would just hold this person hostage. If not, tap. Dude, I'm running away. I enter my staircase. This person now makes it into the house. The serial killer is now in their hallway. A serial killer at your doorstep because you have a condo beach apartment. People with condo house, beach houses, you're smart because you kept your rifle You're an idiot for turning off your lights, showing serial killers that you don't have a rifle. And then you're a moron for having a condo beach apartment with yellow lights blaring because the Department of Justice had something else in mind. They necessarily do not have to tackle a serial killer at the beach. A serial killer runs away. They could just follow them in undercover cop cars. This serial killer is now walking down Queen Street East. Everybody be careful. This serial killer is now at a restaurant. Serial killer just ordered Alfredo. They don't have to tackle a serial killer when they surround a serial killer. It's like it also goes with the idea of free will. Like, do we have free will? Wouldn't the police just tackle the serial killer as they leave the beach? The serial killer notices the police cars. If the lights were blaring, they would quickly grab a hostage. Someone at the beach that can't see anything at the beach. You can't see anything. I'll hostage you. So they don't blare their sirens. At the same time, this serial killer could then see someone walking to their condo apartment with yellow lights, chase after them. The police could see them chasing them, and is there free will? The Department of Justice could have something else in mind. Oh, he just ran off. What's happening? So it also debates free will. This person could be holding someone hostage. This serial killer. So then going back to the Kanye West thing, Pablo Escobar, LeBron James, Pablo Picasso, one universal timeline. The life of Pablo Picasso. And it is to say, like, what is the life of a crime lord? If I'm to depict, I draw comic books. I want to show you what a high-level thinking person does. So I was walking by a dog that had no leash, Shadow. You know those ones? I named my dog Shadow. So a dog named Shadow starts chasing me. It has tasted flesh before, so I'm like, it starts running towards me. And then I walk by and I sigh and I'm disappointed. Because next to me is a row of cars, Saints Row. So never stray from a stray dog by Saints Row because anyone would let one go. It's out of control. And I'm walking. I could go toe-to-toe with Benzino. I could take out my car key. Being mauled is usually kept for bears. I'm in the forest, I got mauled by a bear. A dog would just bark. Like Drake said, the dog's bark don't match the bite. It's just barking at you. Rufus. But I could go toe-to-toe with a car key. Okay, you're gonna jump on me and then I'll get you in the nose. And then I'm always willing to back up first. I don't want to turn like Voldemort. But then I don't. This dog is chasing me. I'm walking in a straight line because there are cars beside me. It bites me. It jumps and bites me in the arm. Someone with lots of toilet paper would bust open the door with a Desert Eagle with a rifle. The dog's teeth are in my arm. They just point it at the dog's head. I'm so sorry, sir. I live around here. And then I'm in this person's passenger seat, wrapping paper towel around my arm. Like, damn, this dog just bit my arm. So, my advice to people that want to seem intellectual. So, I have, you're smart, you're an idiot, you're a moron. You want to seem intellectual? Then it all leads to Pablo Picasso. Let me paint you a photo. Never stray from a stray dog by Saints Row because anyone would let one go. It's out of control. So the stark contrast between It's like, I bet, like my life, if you were to follow me and how I interpret things. Today, I did not run away from a stray dog when there are Saints Row behind. Is this person intellectual? This person has seen things. Why isn't this person... So I'm in a wasteland, just by a junkyard and a fence. there's a dog that wants to eat me alive. Hey, this person's a high level person. Why hasn't this person ran away or started fighting it? Oh, because this person noticed there's a bunch of cars that one of us would just shoot the dog. And then people are painting that photo in their head. Oh, that's really interesting. Because from someone in the car's perspective, you see a desert, you see a drought. One person versus a dog on the loose. I have seen things. So I'm just saying, the stark contrast between me and Pablo Escobar, or some weird crime lord. Because why? Because I walked to the beach, Woodbine Beach, and then just turned away. Oops, not supposed to be here. Because a serial killer was on the beach. Because there's nothing to see. The police didn't blare their sirens. And 3 teenagers walked in. And people had their lights off to say, I don't know, you should have your lights on. Your house is different. Every house is different. So like, yeah, you have to check the material of your house. One townhouse could say, don't yank on my door because my neighbor with their lights on would shoot you. Depending on your house. So it's like, some houses don't have the right thing. But for the most part, apartments, if there's a serial killer on the beach and you have a condo apartment, you should leave your lights on. So another serial killer, it's like, hey, where's my friend John? All these townhouses have the lights on. It would say you have a rifle. Hey, back up. I have a rifle. So if you let it eat it, the coffee is out of control. Beat up, then I gotta go. It's like an alien. Oh. It's like going to the beach, just allowing someone. There's nothing to see at the beach today. Well, I really want to go, Sandro Pay. And you just allow it. Look. Even worse, because there is probably a serial killer. Because human beings light up the beach. So then, I am to paint you a picture of all this. Is to say, there's a stark contrast between me and meme creator Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar, when he made millions of smuggling crack cocaine, gave back to New York during the Great Depression in ways of a food bank. Like a fat cafeteria lady. But I'm different. Let me paint you a picture. I'm walking by a stray dog. I would never stray from a stray dog by Saints Row because anyone would let one go. It's out of control. I walk to the beach. There's nothing to see. I walk back and I simply say, today there was a serial killer